Hello and welcome to Let's Blank Today. We're spinning preterm wheel of RAM to see what we're doing today. And today, I got a Skeletor. I have more of the Korbs from Mega Block, if I remember. Mega brand from Mega Blocks. And we've already done the He-Man. And today we got the Skeletor. And I'm trying to remember the build. The build wasn't that memorable for He-Man, really weird looking. And looking on the inside, Optimus Prime, He-Man, Skeletor, which doesn't look as good as that one. C-3PO, and our ugly bags, and more. So it's a fun interior design that shows off all of their different models. And some that they've yet to do or have done in prior sets. I don't entirely know if this is a first series or not. Well, actually, I think there's at least 25 of them from the way that looks. So 10 plus, we have 165 pieces, and real fun eye pieces. They have some different pieces than that of like Legos would have. Let's see if I can. No, they're not going to easily open. So no, I'm going to get something else to pop them open. So don't try this at home. Let's see what kind of pieces we got. Let's see. So we got little peg pieces for probably joints. These are for staff. Can I tell that? Some fun side pieces. And pretty standard of everything else there. Let's see what else we got. And let's make sure we don't have any bad pieces. I don't want to get halfway through it and find out I can't build it. So we got a nice angle piece, different levels, some other basic pieces, angles. None of the real weird ones that I came across and didn't really get a chance to show you guys. That's why I'm kind of taking it slower with these. I get some fun designs in here that you don't see with Legos. Those are pretty standard, larger pieces. I had that big folded in half with two separate sides. So here's one. It's a peg on the bottom, so it'll probably fit into the side of one for rotation. Here's the hole that on the eye sockets. So this is the side of his head. So it's a freshly done shape, specifically for this. Yeah, I don't see that kind of shape anywhere. Here's our here are eyeballs and our carbs. Logo insignia that will indicate what this is. That goes on the back of the leg. And oh, actually, I think this is where. Oh, where'd that piece go? Yeah, it was here. I can't find it now. Fun. I'm already losing pieces. Oh, so here's one of the nice, fun angular ones. This can fit in and hold itself to other shapes, but it's angular, so it has prongs on both sides that hold it and goes in for the arms. So it looks like, yeah, this will be the arm and this is the body most likely, and then that piece with the peg will end up in here for the head, which I'm missing now. Oh, we got our double-sided 2x1s, thins, whereas a regular one would be like this. This has the pegs on both sides, so it reverses the direction of everything. And a corner piece with the pegs on the side. Just some weird designs. They make for interesting builds, but also make it so some of the pieces just don't like to stay on. But let's get Skeletor all put together, and we'll come back later and see what he looks like. So, once I'm done, I'll show you what he's like. Alright, and we're back, and this is our Skeletor. And I have to say, this one feels a lot better than the He-Man. The He-Man, the arms seem to fall off every time I tried to adjust them. Sword fell apart, I think. I'd have to rewatch the video for that. The only problems I have with it is the cape is real loose. And then when putting the head on, I pressed down on the loincloth and pulled the legs off, but that was just because of the force I was applying in spots I probably knew I shouldn't have. But real solid, real sturdy build. Pieces stay together. So the head turns. You have the arms come up and down. The staff you can come off. And I really like how they did his cape. So it's in the cape shape. They just had a couple. So you got two of the angle pieces in a straight, then two solids to hold it together, and then one on the back so it can sit flush against his back. But his eyes turn. Yeah, you can have them in multiple directions, just like with He-Man. Overall, I'd have to say this is definitely a better build than the He-Man was. I'm not sure why. They're done pretty close to the same. It feels more solid, and I'm not going to. It's not going to fall apart in my hands. And one thing I didn't go over was the instruction booklet before I started building. So in the back we have the different ones. So yeah, some unknowns. 1, 2, 16, 17, 18, and 25 are the ones that we know of. I can probably try to get my hands on more of these, but the way the Mega Bloks are, they just don't snap together like Legos. Too much force is needed sometimes to get them together. So yeah, 39 steps total, and that's just for this last copyright marker. Is pretty much all that is. Therefore, it's an unneeded piece for sure, and I'm not sure why they keep putting it in there. It's kind of interesting to have that, but unneeded. Halfway through, they had an advert for the rest of the line as well. So not only in the back, right in the middle, up front we get our pieces list, or the parts list, and no extra parts, which is okay, but also hopefully you don't lose anything. So yeah, don't lose anything while you build this. So yeah, I find it weird that 2 advertisements in the booklet. You also have the box with the back of it advertising your lines, and the fact that you are staring at one of these, probably going to buy it. They're really pushing for it, but they're pushing for it in the wrong way, because either you're going to buy it looking at it or you're not, and you're just going to pass it up. And they're not showing anything different from what you get with the back of the box, with the last page in the middle page. If they were showing the other ones in the line, it'd be a little more appropriate and not really questioning. So yeah, I'm definitely going to rate this one a little higher than the He-Man. It took about, oops, they don't like to stay together. They don't like to even go together. So yeah, this one took about a half hour to build. Pretty simple, straightforward. Built like the nano blocks do, by a layer. So you build it up by layer. More than half the parts go into just the head itself, as well as probably about at least half, more than half, about half of the instructions just go into the head itself, which is a nice big piece, and you can see the different layers that go into it. The face gets done at different parts with the layer, so it's an okay build. It's an okay set. Some fun pieces. It's just that mega blocks on it. I kind of wish these were done by Lego. I feel you get a little more detailing in it and not just such a Funko Pop feel, which is what these are trying to emulate, but you build it. So, yeah. I think I'd rather spend the 15 bucks on a Funko Pop instead of these, just because you get something that looks a little more like what you're going for and not something that you have to question. But yeah, you know what you're getting when you get these, but some people who just have no idea will probably sit there and question, what is that? Because anybody who sees that probably wouldn't notice that as the assassin, but if they see a Funko Pop, the detailing in that just screams it. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on these, and if you've ever bought one of these. And yeah, be sure to like and subscribe and check out next time what we have. And before I leave, here's a Pokemon trading card game online code. First come, first serve. Go and put that in the, go to the website, set up your account, or go into your account and put in this code and get yourself a free booster pack on that. And hopefully you get something good. Let me know what you get in the comments below. And it looks like I'm running a little low, but luckily, and hopefully this might prevent me from putting up, at least on Monday, my video next week. I will be going to Gen Con. Hooray! So, maybe get up, maybe buy another booster pack of Pokemon. I plan to find a lot of random trading card games and just assortment of nerd stuff to bring back and show you guys. So yeah, I will put out a video next week, but because of the way Gen Con is, it might be later in the week. Depends on how much time I get this week prior to get a video done between work and going to Gen Con. So hopefully I won't let that interrupt our flow, but I should have something up by Wednesday. If I don't, then shame on me. So until next time, bye.